Hey, it's Dessy, Dessy X. You can find me everywhere. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram at thatbitchdessyx. I make music, I write poetry, I model, I write short fiction. I do about everything there really is to do just because I love to create. But hey, tune in to me and you're tuned into GFG TV.
So, kicking in, first off, we would like to thank you for sitting down with us here at GFG TV. We appreciate your time. Thank you. We kind of kick it in a little bit to just let our guests introduce themselves. So, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Dessy X. I stay here in Des Moines, Iowa, but I'm from Missouri.
From Missouri, okay. How long have you been in Iowa?
I've been here since I was about 12, so it's basically been home.
It's home for you then. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about growing up in Missouri? What part?
I grew up in St. Louis, the downtown area. I actually don't remember too much about it. Just I remember the arch being super duper big and always like going down there for school. I remember I had a best friend named Natalie and a dog named Big Boy.
Nice. So you moved to Iowa like middle schoolish? Is that right?
More like towards the end of elementary.
End of elementary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why Iowa? What brought y'all to Iowa?
I have all my family was here. My grandma was here at the time, and I was staying with my mom, and she just wanted to go close to mom. And I was like, I love my grandma, so.
Absolutely.
I was like, yeah, mom. I was literally a little passenger, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
My brother's in the back.
Nice. That was a vivid memory for you moving up here?
Yeah. It was very different. Everybody in St. Louis is completely different from everybody here, so it was definitely something I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Speak on that a little bit. Like, for example, what was some of the differences in the people? Like, what do you mean when you say that?
To be honest, I noticed that like up here, people just weren't as openly friendly as they were in St. Louis. Like, you can go anywhere and anyone's gonna be like, "Hey, how's your day going? Like, have you tried this place?" They're gonna talk to you as if they've known you for like your whole life.
So in St. Louis, did you grow up in a black community or a white community or a mixed community?
It was more so mixed.
Mixed community.
Yeah. So, but when I did get up here and it wasn't as mixed as I was used to.
More white or more black?
It was more, like where I would say it was more white. And I was just, I think that's what took me by surprise the most, especially being as young as I was. Because most of my friends at the time, even though it was more mixed, most of my friends were black.
Yeah.
So when I got here and I was going to a school and I was almost the only black girl in the school. And
what school was that?
I was going Parkview in Ankeny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Parkview Middle School. That's one of the schools I went to where I was literally just one of the only black girls. There was and one more other black girl. It was just us two.
Yeah.
And it was just something completely different for me.
I was like that, though. Hey, people say when they come to Iowa, it's a culture shock because they used to see so many white people, you know, especially when they come from southern parts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
no, I can't even. I don't even know. Like.
Yeah, we had one. We had one black kid in our school.
Yeah, dog.
Everybody
like
was
that.
just white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever dealt with racism growing up in Iowa?
Definitely a few times. Especially, I remember this one time I was taking this class down at Central Campus, and it's called IESA. And
how old were you? What grade?
It's roughly around 9th grade. So I was probably around 16, 17.
Yeah.
We had went on a field trip to Minnesota, and we had a chaperone. She was this older, like, white lady, and there was a lot of, like, you know, diversity in this class. It wasn't just black people; it was a bunch of everybody. And apparently, when we got back, like, she had told our teacher that she was tired, like, everyone was acting like ghetto. I remember the teacher coming back and reading the letter that she had wrote and saying that like all the kids were acting ghetto and loud and just da-da-da-da. And like, I just remember being like, wow, because my teacher, who was white at the time, was reading this and felt like he didn't feel any sort of way when he said ghetto. Like, he said it like it was just another word.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around the class, like, you know, the other black kids, and they're looking like, what do you mean by ghetto? Like, they're loud.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're just, like, we're ninth graders at this time. We just went to Minnesota from Iowa, like, to Mall of America. Of course we're finna be loud. Like, of course we're finna be having a good time.
Enjoying yourself. You're supposed to. I'm not sure. Yeah.
But after that, I was just like, it was the first time someone had, like, referred to me as ghetto or anything, like, referred to anything I've ever done as, like, ghetto. And it just made me feel like, out of place for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get questioned like that, especially by somebody that you didn't expect, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A peer, you know what I mean? Somebody that's supposed to be, you know, your mentor at that point, and then they come say some, you know, negative, something like that, and then think that that's an okay statement. Yeah. Right. It's ignorant. It's
definitely
real ignorant.
But I've also had my, you know, very good experiences. Like, my teacher who got me into poetry was white. Like, he got me into poetry, and that's what kickstarted everything for me. Like, I wouldn't have done music. I wouldn't be doing music if I had never started poetry. And it was all thanks to him, Mr. Lyle.
Shout out Mr. Lyle.
Right.
So, that's cool. I was going to ask you, like, what did lead you into music? So, poetry came first, and that's what led you into music?
Yep,
What age time frame was it around that you got into poetry?
I would say I didn't get into poetry until I got into high school, until I took this poetry class Mr. Lyle was teaching. Okay. It was Introduction to Poetry, and I did like short fiction writing before that, but I didn't really know too much about poetry or anything like that. But he got me into like confessional poetry, where you could, you know, write about the things that people don't want to talk about, like that sad stuff, the stuff that's gonna, you know, make you think. And when I got into that, like, I realized, like, this is like where home is. Like, I felt so comfortable being able to write, like. And then he got me into spoken word. Like, he's told me, like, you know, poetry's meant to be spoken. Like, you know, you gotta let your audience feel what you're feeling at the time when you were writing that. And so, like, then I got into spoken word, and then I was surrounded by musicians at the time, like people rapping, singing, like playing instruments, and I'm like, dang, I want to do that too. Like, I really sat back and I'm like, I really want to do that. Like, I want to make music. Like, I want to make music. And a year later, I was writing music. And a year later, I was actually going to the studio, putting money and investing into myself, because I was scared to do that for a long time.
Yeah. That's a lot of people are afraid to do that.
Right, but I understand it, because it's a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith, that's for sure. You have to take a leap of faith in yourself to.
It's worth the risk.
Yeah, exactly. When you see that smile,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see when you start talking about poetry, you know how, you know, happy it made you.
Right.
So to see you transition, that's cool. That's a fun way. You know, we've interviewed a lot of people, and I think that's the first one we had, that poetry. I think that's the first poet that we've seen that came into music.
I definitely got into music through poetry too.
There you go.
That is definitely my introduction. That was dope. What local artists did you first meet when you came to Iowa, or what is your recollection? What artists do you remember meeting for the first time? Rappers.
The first artist I've ever met was actually Lolo Savage.
Lolo Savage.
Yes.
Shout out Lolo Savage. How'd you meet him?
Actually, pretty sure I went to one of his shows. I think I had him on like my social medias, just because I was back down in Des Moines, so I was adding everybody who was I even thought made music.
Yeah.
And he had posted about a show, and I just popped out, went to the show, and I saw a bunch of people perform. I saw Ashley perform, and I went to middle school with him, so I'm like, I'm seeing him on stage, I'm like, you make music? Like, I knew you made music, but you make music, like, you're really out here. Another one was Imma. Like, I didn't even know Imma at first, but I went and recorded at Carousel, and Arthur had told Imma about me, and then Imma was like, hey, I need a female on this track, and I want her to be black, so what about you? I'm like,
shout out Imma.
Right, I'm like, hey. And from that point, me and Imma been cool. Like, we've done a couple songs that he just got involved. Like, and then, shoot, another one being Hondro. Like, I love Jandro's music. Like Jandro's music is something I listen to all the time. Like all the time.
What do you like about JandroBands' music?
Honestly, I like the fact that it's drill.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that if you really listen to him, he really do got bars. Like he just raps so fast. You just gotta listen to him.
Yeah.
But like his bars really be
so you like that gangster shit.
Yeah. I really do. Like I be listening to G Herbo and like so it was only like of course I would like Jandro's music, like of course.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So who would you say are some of your influences musically? Let's move from local, let's say national. Who inspired you?
I would definitely say firstly A Boogie, and I would say A Boogie because of his melodies and the fact that he was the first like sad like pop artist I listened to, because he makes like other music like upbeat and whatnot, but he does make sad music for the most part. And when I was listening to that, I was like, I could relate to this, because like he's not afraid to put his feelings out there. Like, yeah, he's gonna might make a joke in the song about it too, but like he's not afraid to put his feelings out there. And that's the same way I feel about Corbin. A lot of people don't know about Corbin, but like he has this one song called Mourn, and it's literally just beautiful to me. Like from the start to the end, it's just all the pain. You could feel the pain that he had in the song, and that's what I love.
Who put you on Boogie?
A Boogie?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I was just listening around. I was listening around to like features that G Herbo and like Kodak had did.
You just came across him.
I came across him and then I went nuts. Like I remember a time period where all I did was listen to A Boogie. Like from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed for like months on end.
Yeah.
I was like, you give me the aux, I'm playing A Boogie. So I'm like, don't give me the aux, you don't want to listen to A Boogie. Like that's literally how I got. And then, of course, I got to shout out Rico Nasty, because she's a female artist that ain't afraid to make herself known. And that's something that I really, really, I admire about her. Like, if I could do songs with somebody, it'd probably be Rico Nasty or A Boogie, to be honest. Either one, I'd be
Okay, I'm going to put you on the hot spot. Top 5 female rappers of all time.
Of all time?
All time. And this is your list.
There is no right or wrong answer.
Oh,
there it
man. Is. You said there is?
There is. Oh, there is.
I'm like a test, I ain't study. Shoot, I try to put them in order, because I never be putting motherfuckers in order besides like my top, and even me saying A Boogie's my top, like Wayne tops A Boogie.
We're sticking to the females though.
I definitely say Nicki. I love her old stuff. Her old stuff goes nuts. I listen to some of her new stuff, but her old stuff, like old Nicki, no one could touch her, like untouchable. So I'd probably put her as number 1, because I really do hold her old stuff in very high regards. I gotta say Trina, because I remixed one of her songs, so if I didn't say Trina, that'd be kind of insane.
She the baddest bitch.
Exactly. No, for real. Does it have to be? Does it have to be like mainstream?
No,
like,
whoever.
It can be anybody.
It's your list. Yeah.
Okay,
your shit.
Now I gotta put my homegirl Colo on this list, because
Colo Chanel.
Yes. Colo's music is one, like, I can listen to her music anytime, any day.
Yeah.
Like, every time I link with her, she showed me unreleased stuff, and I'm just like amazing.
Shout out Colo.
Yes, shout out my girl, for real. I'm gonna put Rico on that list. She's more of a alternative sort of rap.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I like about her. That's the fact that she is alternative, and like I said, not afraid to be herself. Like, she might hop on a track and rap, and then all of a sudden start screaming at you.
Yeah.
Like, she does not care, and I appreciate that. Let me see.
I got one more.
I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure I did 4, so I got 1 left. That's where it gets sticky. So I'm like, I gotta make this one count. say her sooner. Queen Latifah. I'm not even going to cap to you. I'm not even going to cap to you. I just saw her post it was like a song she did with somebody recently, and she was talking her shit. I was like, I forgot for a second she was like that. I forgot for a second that, you know, I've been seeing her in all these movies. I forgot for a second that Queen Latifah is really, she's that bitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was on GFG TV or MC TV, maybe the podcast, but she came up, Queen Latifah came up, and we were talking about that style of female rap doesn't really exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the positive female rap, like the strong female rap where, you know what I'm saying, women are keeping their clothes on, and you know what I'm saying? Now it's now it's all like sex driven, you know what I'm saying? And
people are doing what sells.
yeah, sex sells. Sex definitely sells. But Queen Latifah wasn't going for that shit back then.
That's what I respect about her.
She played that shit strong, and she even did that shit through all her movies. Like,
that
shit. She never took a dirty role. She never, you know.
You remember her in the House Party movie?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Zora.
Yeah.
Cock blocking ass bitch.
It's tough.
That's comedy.
That is. So dope top 5 definitely. We've done top 5 female. Do we want to do top 5 just all time?
All time artists in general? Okay, Wayne number 1, right off the bat. I gotta respect somebody who can freestyle literally anytime, any day, anything. Like, I can't do that. So, you got the skill, I respect it. And I've been listening to Wayne since I was a kid. My mom was actually obsessed with him. So, something I grew up on. So I gotta put Wayne first. G Herbo. I literally love listening to G Herbo's music. Like, you just get me lit.
Yeah.
To do nothing. I could be like cleaning and I'm in the crib blasting G Herbo. Like, just blasting. My neighbors probably think I'm gonna go do something I got no business doing. All the time I'm just cleaning. Okay, I will put Kodak before 8 Boogie because I've been listening to Kodak way longer than I've been listening to 8 Boogie, so I gotta do that. And then Rico.
So?
Those are my top 5 current because it always changes. It literally changes all the time.
Okay.
But I'm not really listening to any like new mainstream right now.
Nice. So we went over some of your top artists and everything. Let's talk about what about a favorite track that you recorded?
My favorite track. Honestly, it's probably gonna be My Time, which is like my newest single. Okay. And I say that because every time I go to the studio, like I learn something different. Like I'm constantly growing, like constantly evolving. So My Time, I feel like shows where I was at when I recorded it. I've been going crazy, like writing poetry, which always helps me with my actual writing when I take a break and write some poetry. So like my music now, like my next single, is gonna be on a whole nother level. But My Time is definitely my favorite. It's my favorite song to actually like perform, just because it means the most to me. Like it's probably like my deepest song. And most people would think that, oh, you're probably talking about like heartbreak or whatnot, like I normally do, but like no, like it's really like something that I really hold deep. Like it goes way deeper than heartbreak.
That's dope.
How many projects do you have out?
I have 2 projects out. Broken Hearts Association, which is my first one, and then 5 Rooms of Grief.
When did those come out?
Broken Hearts Association was dropped on September 17th, about 2 years ago. Yeah. And then I just dropped 5 Rooms of Grief earlier this year. Okay. And I gotta say, like that one, when I dropped that, I thought that was gonna be my favorite songs for a minute. Because I used to play, like, before I even dropped it, I used to overplay the song to the point where I'm like, alright, I gotta drop it now because I'm tired of listening to it. Yeah. Like, everybody else gotta hear it now.
So if somebody never heard Dessy X, never heard your music, what song would you recommend them to start with?
I would probably say Denial off of my 5 Rooms of Grief.
Denial?
Yes.
Okay.
If I had to give them 2 songs though, it'd be that and The Baddest. Just to show my versatility, to show Dessy do a little bit of everything.
Absolutely. Okay, so what do you feel that you bring to the local Des Moines scene as an artist?
Honestly, like honestly, I think it's a gift, like just my gift of words. Being able to put into words how I'm feeling and how others could be feeling, and not being able to afraid to go in front of everybody and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Maybe my heart's broken. Maybe I'm super sad. Maybe I can't think straight. I'm not afraid to go ahead and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Maybe you're feeling like this too. And, you know, I've had people come up to me and be like, yes, this song, like, for instance, I have a friend named Ryan. She told me like My Time was one of her favorite songs. Like she immediately heard it and was like, this song. I've made another friend cry from just hearing the song. Like it's stuff like that, just that connection.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Beautiful. Do you have any videos?
I actually do not yet. And before y'all get on me, everybody's been getting on me about it already. It's just, I'm so picky. Every time I think I could do a video for this song, I'm like, I want to wait until I got something even better. Like, and I know I need to just go and just be like, just do it. But I'm like, every time I go to even think about it, I'm like, I know I could do something better. Like. So
what's the new single you just was talking about?
The new one I'm planning on dropping next.
The one that's out right now.
Oh, My Time.
My Time. Mm-hmm. Why are we not doing a video for that?
I don't know, honestly. I think it's just because every time I drop a song, I literally like, it's so chaotic for me. Every time I drop a song, I immediately start thinking, what's next?
Yeah.
Like I could be planning to drop the song in the next 2 weeks, but I'm already thinking, all right, what am I dropping after this? What am I dropping after that? All right, do I need to write something new? Do I want to write something new? Do I want to use some of the songs I already have written? Like,
are you affiliated with a label or a team, or you free agent out here?
It's just me.
It's you.
It's just me.
So you drawing up the plays and running them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just drew up the play or whatever that I actually wanted to. I haven't dropped an album. I've only done EPs. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? This year I think I'm gonna drop an album. So I decided this December I'm gonna drop an album, and it's gonna have like, I'm gonna have some songs where it's just me, but I want to get features from people that I've been wanting to work with, like since I got into this music scene. Shout out some of the people. Who would you like to work with in Des Moines? First off, my homegirl Colo. Girl, I gotta work with you. Colo. Hey Colo, we need you on JFG TV. Hell yeah! Now that would be an interview for real. I gotta get Jandro on there. I got to. Shout out.
So before you move on, you're gonna have to tune into episode 2 to hear more.